Who is Childs on the beat? Best producer in Louisiana. If you don't believe me, go to his YouTube page and check him out. My name is Sidney Combs, and I'm a young entrepreneur from Shreveport, Louisiana with a dollar and a dream. And the message for tonight is, acknowledge your weaknesses. Acknowledge your weaknesses. I went to a basketball game and I saw a bunch of players playing. And I saw certain players that was out on the court and they didn't make an impact. And I think that's a problem with whatever it is you do in life. I think if you work a job, you should make an impact. If you play a sport, you should make an impact. If you're in a marriage, you should make an impact. If you're a mother or father or parent, you should make an impact. Whatever it is you do, I believe you should make an impact. Because if you don't make an impact, you're not necessary. You're not needed. You're not needed if you don't make an impact. So when I watched this basketball game, what I noticed was there was players that didn't make an impact. Now in basketball, a lot of people would say, well, they didn't really score a lot of points, okay? But it's not about how many points you score. You can make an impact by getting a bunch of rebounds. You can make an impact by getting a bunch of steals. You can make an impact by making the right pass. You can make an impact by getting blocks. You can make an impact by hustling. You can make an impact by communicating on the floor, making sure everybody's in the right spot. Okay? You can do that on the court. But it's so important that you make a huge impact. Now that communication, I don't think that's as huge of an impact as all the other things I named. Because you got to produce results in order for people to listen to you. Think about something. If I was a team captain of a basketball team, right? And I was trying to tell let's say the other players on my team, I was trying to say, hey, look, everybody, we need to play hard, we need to hustle, we need to score points. But when we played in the game, I didn't hustle, I didn't play hard, I didn't score points. At some point in time, they would stop listening to me. They would. Why? Because I'm not making an impact on the game. Now, we're going to translate this to life, okay? Let's say you're a wife. Let's say you're a stay-at-home wife. A lot of women in this day and age, they don't respect stay-at-home wives. I do. But a lot of women, they don't. Go somewhere with me. A lot of women don't respect it because they don't understand how a woman can make an impact if she doesn't make money and bring money in the household. I can give you a couple examples. Number one, she makes sure that everyone meets their schedules. If she has children, she makes sure the children go to school every day. She makes sure the children, at the end of the day, do their homework. She makes sure the children go to their tutors. She makes sure that the children go to after-school events. She makes sure that her husband, at the end of the day, is ready for work. She makes sure he's on time for work. She makes sure that the house is clean. That man normally gonna have a business because you gotta have a substantial amount of money in order to have a stay-at-home wife. She makes sure that the business is ran properly. She's the secretary. He doesn't have to hire someone. She makes a huge impact so that if that woman was to leave, that guy is gonna feel that impact. The problem in this day and age is a lot of relationships, women don't make an impact. And then a lot of men don't make an impact. But normally men are the leaders. Normally men are going to take care of a household normally. So that goes back to what a woman's going to do as in her impact. See, at the end of the day, your life is all determined on the impact that you make. But in order to make an impact, you have to acknowledge your weaknesses. So a stay-at-home mom, she's gonna know that, hey, I don't bring revenue in the house. So since that's not something I do, now let's get to my strength. You see what I'm saying? We gotta acknowledge our weakness in order to get to your strength. No one cares about what you say. People only respect what you do. People don't care what you're saying if you ain't making nothing happen. If I don't make anything happen, my family won't respect what I'm saying. They'll look at me like, oh man, he just talking. But when I'm able to show results, they like, oh, okay then. Let me listen to what he's saying. When I do these speeches and I'm sitting there saying at the end of the day, hey, I have to do something different than what my family has done before me. I have to do something different to get a different result. And once they start seeing the results, the ones that's going to come after me, they're going to see my results and they're going to do better than me. Because they're going to be able to say, well, hold on for a second. He didn't do everything that mom and dad did. He made his own path. Now they're going to be able to make their own path. But in order for me to do all of these things, I have to be able to acknowledge what my strength and what my weakness is. My weakness, I'm not the strongest, I'm not the smartest person. I'm not the book smart person. I'm not a technology person. Okay? I don't know how to do a YouTube video. But guess what? My woman knows how to do that. So what happens? Because I acknowledge my weakness, right? I'm able to focus on my strength, which is getting this information out there to as many people as I possibly can to help the community and help others. You get what I'm saying? With my business, I've been doing my taxes, and while doing my taxes, there's a couple things because I wasn't organized enough that it's taking us a little bit longer, but tomorrow we should solve the problem. Now, in order for that problem to get solved, guess what had to happen? Right? I had to go back to my weaknesses. Right? Acknowledge I wasn't organized enough. I wasn't doing things detailed enough. So now guess what's going to happen from this day forward? I'm going to be way more detailed. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Like, you got to acknowledge your weaknesses. But I know what my strength is. My strength is grinding. My strength is getting out here, speaking to people, meeting people, greeting people, promoting my business. That's what my strength is. So what do? I focus on that. And because I focus on that, I make an impact. I make an impact because of that. You're not special. So many people think that they're so special, but they've never gotten special results ever in their life. I'll give you an example. You can have a woman, right? And a woman, she could say, hey, I want a man that makes at least 6 figures. Or he make $60,000, $50,000 a year. But they've never, ever in their life had a guy that made that much money. Why? They think they special. Come on, man. You've never gotten special results. Now, if you can acknowledge your weaknesses and work on your weaknesses, you can put yourself in a position to get that, but you gotta acknowledge your weaknesses. And that's the reason why you can see a woman, right, that might have never gotten there ever in her life, right? And she finally gets a guy that makes a substantial amount of money. And she struggles to keep that guy. You know why? Because she never had to, at the end of the day, acknowledge her weaknesses. So everyone else that she ever talked to, what did that guy always do? Hey, you special, you the bomb, you all this, you all that. But then when you get with that guy that's special, right? He requires you to up your game and become special. But how do you become special if you already think you're special and you're not? Can't do it. You got to acknowledge the weaknesses that you have in your life. And the problem with this is, for some reason, we think that's a sign of weakness, is acknowledging what we don't do well. No, that's a sign of strength because you put people in a position to help you out to get to that point. I don't know social media well. I don't even manage my own social media account. I don't even have social media on my phone. But guess what happened? Someone else works it. Why? That's not my strength. I don't care to be involved like that. Now, I get involved if their messages, their message is going to get relayed to me. But for me to just be all on there, I'm not interested in that. I'm a grinder. I like to grind. I like to work. I like to meet people, talk to people, make an impact in other people's lives. That's what I like to do. Humble yourself. Stop thinking you all in the bag of chips. You just like everybody else. And throughout your life, you didn't got average or below average results. So why you walk around acting like you more than what you are? There's so many people that's doing that, it's ridiculous. They walk around like they so big-headed, and you like, man, you've never gotten a big-head result ever in your life. You think other people believe what you're saying? People don't believe what you're saying. Because they look at the results. They're looking at the results. Tell yourself the truth. Stop lying to yourself. Stop telling yourself you're great in certain areas when you know you're not great. Stop it. You're not great in certain areas. Acknowledge it, and then you can get better in that area. The problem with us is we can never get better because we won't even acknowledge what we're not good at. We won't acknowledge it. But watch this though. Let me tell you the problem why we want to acknowledge things. Because we don't have a mentor. There are so many people that's walking around this planet, they don't even have a mentor. They don't have someone that they look up to. They don't have a person at the end of the day that'll sit there and let them know, hey man, you shouldn't have did it that way. You should do it this way. This is what works. But you know what most people do? They keep those same friends around them that they had since they were kids. So you might have had a kid when you was 18. But this was a lot of people don't understand with friends, right? A lot of friends you meet them when you was in a certain stage in your life. See, friends are not designed for you to have these same friends forever. You're lucky to have 2 or 3 friends that you have throughout your life. You're lucky. That doesn't normally happen. It doesn't normally happen. Because at the end of the day, you're not the same person that you was 20 years ago. There's a lot of people that I was friends with, I was boys with, that I'm not friends with anymore. And it's not because I'm beefing with them. It's not that I got a problem with them. It's that I'm not in that same space that they're in anymore. We in 2 different spaces. There's people I was real cool with. But then we grew. I grew one way. They didn't quite grow in the same area I grew in. Sometimes they stayed the same. At the end of the day, my goal is to become a millionaire. I'm working toward that right now. I can't become a millionaire keeping the same friends because they don't have the knowledge that I need. I need mentors. I need friends around me that can help elevate me. I'm not saying that you can't keep no friends, but what I am saying to you is most of the people that you grew up with, they don't see life the way you see life. A lot of people just satisfied. I'm a person that wants everything that the world has to offer me. I want everything that the world has to offer me. And most people are scared to say that. I want it all. What's mine? Not what's yours. Not what's anybody else. I want what's mine. I believe $1 million in this world is mine to accumulate. I don't want yours, I want mine. But if I keep the same friends, right, they don't want to become a millionaire. They don't want to have the family, they live in a nice home, to create their business. They don't want that. So those friends, how can they push me to greatness? You don't become great on your own. I don't care what nobody tell you. You become great by being pushed to greatness. But if you keep the same 4 or 5 friends around you forever, 10 friends, man, that's the friend I had since high school. How you gonna get where you trying to go in life unless you don't really want much? Friends change. You might can keep one or two of your friends, maybe. But if you keep that one or two friend and you growing, they gotta be growing too. It's hard for me to believe that a person, they're just a billionaire, average billionaire, and he can have a friend that he had in second grade that's not trying to grow, that's living in the hood, or he live in a low income area, and he just satisfied. I don't see how a billionaire can be friends with a person like that. I don't. And some people gonna say, oh well, it could be religion or whatever else you want to say. No, it can't happen because he need to be pushed so he can become the greatest person he can become. You can't become the best, the person that you can become by yourself. You need mentors. Back in the day, you had elders. You had older people that would sit there and say, hey, look, baby. They would tell the girls, hey, girl, your shorts are a little too short. You need to wear them a little bit longer. You had older women that said, hey, baby girl, cross your legs. You had older women that said, hey, watch how you talk. Watch your reputation. You really know good and well, we don't have them big mamas no more that's telling these women, hey, watch your reputation. Don't be up in every man's face. Even if you ain't doing nothing with them, don't be in his face even conversating. Because you don't know how they're going to make your reputation look. Women don't have that this day and age. And then even with the fathers. Where are the fathers that just tell these young men, hey man, look, watch how you act. Watch your reputation. Your reputation is everything. Guard that. Protect your reputation. Protect your character. Protect those things. We don't have that anymore in this day and age. And then if you have anybody that does any talking, people look at them crazy nowadays. I just had a couple videos ago when I said my niece didn't do something right. And I got on her at the game. And you know there was people, let me change that. There was someone, because it wasn't people, someone that thought I handled it the wrong way. Because I addressed her and told her that she needed to apologize because at the end of the day, what she did by being late, I want her to be the best version of herself. She doesn't become that by herself. She gotta get pushed. She don't get that way by herself. That's the problem in our community. And then when you're not raised around men, fathers not in the home, you're not raised with that, guess what happened? Anytime you get pushed, you run from it. You think something wrong with that person. No! That's what you should have gotten when you was growing up. You should have had somebody pushing you. And we act like men are important. Men are important. You don't just become great, you get pushed to greatness. My pops had a conversation with me last Saturday. And I didn't fully agree with everything he was saying. But I listened to him. And I'm going to tell you why. Because at the end of the day, even though I didn't fully agree with everything, I agree with most of what he said. What is he doing? He's pushing me to greatness. My mom, I don't always agree with everything my mom say, but guess what happened? She pushed me to greatness. She pushing me to greatness. I have people in my life that talk to me. If I act a fool somewhere, they're going to be somebody going to sit there and say, hey, look, man, you was wrong for that, Sydney. You shouldn't have acted that way. Because you don't just become great on your own. That's the problem. People just think they become great. No, you need a mentor. You need better friends. You know why? Because those friends and that mentor is going to acknowledge your weakness. They're going to acknowledge it. You keep wondering why you the same person you was at 35, the same person at 25, the same person at 15. You know why? Because you don't have anyone in your life to acknowledge your weaknesses. That's why. You don't have anyone to tell you that you're wrong. So no matter what you do, you're always right. You're always right. You can have people go to jail, commit crimes. They have mom and dad tell them, hey son, it was their fault. How can you make your son or get your son or your daughter to become great when all you do is tell them everything they do is great? Everything they do is lovely. Everything they do is sweet. No. You didn't do that right. You didn't handle that right. We're going to do this in a different manner. We're going to do this a different way. That's the problem. You don't have that. And then you, at the end of the day, you'd rather be comfortable, right? Me, I'm the opposite. I get uncomfortable being uncomfortable. I don't want to be comfortable. I don't want to be comfortable. If I'm comfortable, I'm nervous. I'm like, hold on, man, I need to be doing more. Right now, this is my clothing brand of t-shirts. I have a game plan where I'm trying to sell different merchandise than t-shirts. I'm trying to sell clothing, different type of clothing. So at the end of the day, I can cater to other people's needs, right? I have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. I can't say, okay, well, shoot, we'll do the same thing next year. No, I have to get better. How do you become better when all you're doing is you're comfortable? Think about it. When you see an older person, you'll see an older person that gain weight, okay? And when they gain weight, this is what you always hear people say. They always say, well, when you get older, you gain weight. That's not true. Your metabolism does slow down, but you have to change the way you eat. If you don't change the way you eat, you don't exercise more, guess what happened? You gain more weight. Now me, I'm around a little over 200 pounds. To be honest with you, most people will say, hey man, you good. I think I need to lose about 5 pounds. I really do. I need to lose about 5 pounds to be at the tip-top shape I need to be in. I need to go running. I'm probably going to go running rather tomorrow or Monday. I need to go running. I need to burn more calories off. Why? Because I'm not big, because I'm 38 years old. I know people that's 30 that's gain weight. But what am I doing? Right? I understand that, hey man, it's not that I'm older, I need to eat better. That's why I eat different than I ate in my 20s. In my 20s, I eat McDonald's left and right. I don't really eat McDonald's. I rarely, if I eat like a Burger King sandwich or something, one, it's not going to be beef. It's not going to be beef. I'm not going to eat beef. And two, at the end of the day, it might be a chicken sandwich just to hold me. Why? I have to eat different. I have to eat different. See, at the end of the day, you have to get to a point of acknowledging your weaknesses. We all have weaknesses. We all have strengths. Okay? The most intelligent person is the person that acknowledges their weaknesses. I don't care how book smart you get. I don't care how many degrees you get. If you don't acknowledge your weaknesses, you have a problem. And I'm going to give you an example, and then I'll be through with this video. I could take a woman that has a PhD, that's a doctor, that can have $500,000 in debt. Why? Because her strength is book smarts. She know how to make money. What's her weakness? Managing money. So because she don't understand her weakness, she probably gonna die with $500,000 to $1 million worth of debt. Her whole life she living paycheck to paycheck, and she worried, even though she's making so much money with her PhD. Or a man. A man can have a business that can make so much, generate so much money. But because he don't understand how to structure it to pay taxes, he don't understand how to invest, how to save money, guess what happens? Yeah, he got all the smarts or the book smarts or a graduate degree, whatever the case may be. But guess what happens? He don't understand his weakness. So his whole life, he going to be having to pay the IRS. He's struggling, he's struggling, he's struggling. So if you want to become the best version of yourself, you want to become great, you want to elevate yourself, I'm going to tell you right now, you have to acknowledge your weaknesses. And your strengths, you have to, at the end of the day, rely on your strengths and slowly work on your weaknesses. Because we don't want to abandon our strengths to work on our weaknesses. That's a problem. No, that's not what you want to do. You want to keep your strengths, but slowly work on your weaknesses. You get what I'm saying? That's what you want to do. But my name is Sidney Combs, and I'm a young entrepreneur from Shreveport, Louisiana with a dollar and a dream. I need everyone to like this video, share this video, subscribe to my page, please, I'm not asking you for a Cash App or PayPal or anything. All I'm trying to do is promote my channel. I'm trying to get more people to hear this message. More people need to hear this message. It's on you to become great. It's on you to become the best version of you can become. But you don't become great by yourself. You're pushed to greatness. That's why I need people in my life that's pushing me. I don't want a woman in my life that don't push me. I don't want friends in my life that don't push me. I don't want parents in my life that don't push me. How am I become great? I can't become great if don't nobody push me. I don't even hang around people that can't push me. If you can't push me, I'm like, man, get away from me. Because at the end of the day, I want to become a millionaire. I can't become that by myself. I need people to push me. I need people to elevate me. And I need to elevate the people that surround me so they become great. That's what we need to do. Push each other. Who in Child's on the beat? This is the best producer in Louisiana. If you don't believe me, go to his YouTube page and check him out. My name is Sidney Combs, and I'm a young entrepreneur from Shreveport, Louisiana with a Dr. Dream. Please like, share, subscribe to the page. I'm not asking for no money. Look out for me. Thank you.